Gary. Hello! I'm alive, ho. My timing is all out tonight. Would not normally be drinking Pepsi at this time. It's slightly late in the evening to be having that much caffeine, but I didn't finish that because I ended up with dinner later than normal. Why don't I just explain the minutiae of my life to you? Ordered takeaway from a different place. Yeah, they put a fucking flyer in my mailbox, and I normally throw that stuff straight out. But it's like, wait, this one actually looks interesting, and the stuff was pretty good. We got some pizza of various types, risotto. Same place also does like parma and burgers and whatnot. So I don't know if they've got a big kitchen and they're good at doing lots of stuff, or they're in danger of being jack of all trades and master of none. Who knows? But their pizzas were actually pretty good. So that's tentative thumbs up for the new place. And I just, don't feel guilty about ordering takeaway. Like, hey, I'm helping keep people's businesses afloat. Not to mention the amount of booze I'm ordering. I'm out of room on my drinks cart. Not quite, because I normally, when one empties, I replace it. But I did get one or two extra. For a little while, there was extra space on it, and then I ordered some extra things, and that space filled up. And then I ordered some more stuff. So I'm going to have to get a little bit creative with rearranging where everything is. But that's okay. It's creative problem solving. That's my jam. Creative problem solving. That's a thing I'm going to do. What's the biggest problem in your life? Trying to fit all my booze onto 2 drink carts. Because also you've got the bottom shelf is all glassware. I've had somewhere else for glassware. That would be a thing. I could tidy that thing up a bit and use it for glassware. Maybe. I don't know. It's a complex and mysterious world. Lots of moving parts and things to be solved. So it is. Isn't that grey my beard is at the moment as it grows out? That's the real color of it. If you ever see it dark, it's because I put dye in it. It's probably really that's the color my hair up here is as well. But beard hair grows much faster than head hair, in my experience. Or maybe also beard hair doesn't hold dye as well as head hair. See, actually, it's much coarser for those who don't know. It is actually much coarser than head hair. Hey, John, how are you? I'm just talking about my personal grooming because why not? It's the internet where we overshare. Talk about, pooping and stuff. Or being on Twitter and saying you're on the shitter. You're twooping. That's a thing that went out of fashion in the comparatively early days of Twitter, when it was still a bit more innocent. How long has Twitter been around? Twitter. No, wait. I was meant to be a Google search. Twitter founded in 2006. There you go. So yes, I think in the slightly more innocent days of 5 to 10 years ago, people on Twitter would make words that had TW in front of them, and that meant you were doing it on Twitter. Oh, John, used to. Loud colors. I'm doing that again soon. I was in the supermarket and they had this purple hair color. So it's like a really dark color, So if you're not looking closely, it just looks dark. But if you get any light on it, you get this real purple hue. And I'm probably going to do that again because I'm bored and it's lockdown and all that sort of thing. Glee, hello. Ah, that's interesting, Glee. Dude using mascara on the beard. I could see that working. You just A, have to do it every day, and B, I'd worry about it rubbing off on stuff as well. Yes, if I mean, it's weird. It's like people say, why do you dye your hair? I was like, because I'm vain. Then why don't you maintain it? Because I'm lazy. You know, it's a weird thing to balance. The vanity and the laziness. They're at war. They're at war with one another. And hello, well gifted Aspie. How are you? Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm probably going to do it. I just got to find out what's happening at work if I'm staying there, because maybe I don't want to look purple if I'm going to job interviews. Yeah, okay, it did rub off. Yeah, I mean, I could see the appeal of combing through some mascara because it would be pretty quick and it would work. But yeah, definitely would rub off. Well, there's a range of sort of men's products, and there's one that is basically like a comb through hair color. Like it's not a dye; you don't have to set it. So it's obviously really temporary, but it's like a comb through color to to get a quick covering of the gray, as it were. And of course, there's some novelty ones as well. I have seen some novelty, very bright hair colors that are temporary, and you basically comb them through and you get very brightly colored hair for a big night out, I guess. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh, there's garlic on those pizzas I had tonight. Coming back at me. It'll do that. Oh, you know what I'm going to do while we're talking? I have a task to make several milk clarified cocktails or milk punch cocktails. And they take a while to do. And this is for date night on Saturday night. So I've got a time limit, so I have to get into it. And one I was going to try, or I'm going to try my variation of, is Steve the Bartender did it on his channel today. Called it the Too Soon. And it's gin and Amaro and a couple slices of orange. And I really like the sound of it. It's just a little bit different. And I'm going to do a version of it, I think, and try and clarify it and see how it goes. You watched a nutty conspiracy theorist told him he's full of shit. Dude, there are too many of them, man. There are too goddamn many of them, and they latch on to the wildest shit. There's no rhyme nor reason to their fucking stupidity, quite honestly. Right. So I need my jigger and my glass. So I'll just grab them from over here. Mixing glass. And this one for the milk. I already know what I'm going to do. This one is going to be a bit of an experiment, but I like to experiment. Okay, so I need gin. Which one of these was gin? This one was gin. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one was gin. I should label things. Yeah, I'm going to do some Brogan's Way as well. So, some of this citrusy gin. And I've got to cut a couple slices of orange. I might cut a strip of peel off this first. Where did I put that peel? Here it is. Alright, just got it. Might want a garnish a little bit later. So I'm going to peel a bit off of this orange before I slice it. Where do I want it to go? Probably like that. That looks good. That is a pretty good peel. Now, for this recipe. Oh, that's a good version of a Natalie saying wearing a mask is witchcraft, going to steal your soul, so they won't do it. So I'm going to cut a couple slices of this orange in a knife. This one too. The cutting board. In fact, you know what? I might slice up most of this orange and put it in. Too many COVIDiots, yes. The world is brimming with COVIDiots. There is no doubt about it at all. So I'm just busy slicing an orange up. Now put all these slices of orange in a glass. And because I'm going to let this sort of, I think the proper word is macerate. I was going to say let it steep. That's what you talk about with tea, steeping it. I think with this type of thing, it's called macerating. Oh yeah, John, 5G craziness. Yes. There's no bloody shortage of the crazies, is there? Okay. So I'm going to make a couple of these. So 30 mils of gin, 30 mils of cynar, lemon juice. Okay. So this is my citrus gin. Isn't it a pretty color? I infused citrus peel, lemon and lime peel in gin, and it took on that color. And it's also got this nice sort of citrus oil addition to it now. I didn't get my jigger. I said I was going over there to get my jigger, and I didn't get it. I got distracted. Okay. Get my jigger. Yes, he said jigger. He's not a racist. Okay. Got a jigger. Yes. Either 5G will help them download conspiracy theories faster. All right. So I'm putting some of my citrus gin in. I am putting some of my Navy strength gin in. About that much Navy gin. Dun, dun, dun. Now, Amaro. Get this here Amaro. Some Amaro Italiano. The Italians love their bitter. Wait, how much am I meant to put in? Okay. Put in a couple of ounces of the Amaro. Just wondering whether to put maybe a bit more of the gin in as well, just because, you know, I can. Oh gosh, yeah, you told me, Glee, that your son got into the weird 5G Bill Gates shit. It's really concerning. that people are getting taken in by this ridiculousness. Right. Yes, I think I will put a little bit more of my citrus gin in here. And I also need to put lemon juice in. That's in the fridge. Should have done that before. Lemon juice. Got my lemon juice. It's gonna be all right. Okay. Lemon juice. Wait, how much lemon juice am I supposed to put in there? Normally 3 mils. Okay, I'm gonna 45. Yes, okay, I'm gonna put in 45 mils, and then some sugar syrup too. That's good. Bill Gates is not the Antichrist, nor is Elon Musk. Elon Musk is just a dead shit. Bill Gates, he's just this guy, you know? All right, this way, get some sugar syrup. All right. Let's try and put this one in. Gotta use up some sugar syrup. All right. And that is that. That's the prep for that one done. Now, I've got to get a little mortar and pestle. Ooh, God, what's that? Okay, I have to wash this. All right. Let's just take a second. All right. Now, I'm just going to muddle this concoction. Get a bit of squoozins from the oranges happening. Just a bit. Just get that happening. All right. And now it's a very murky brown. Not Murphy Brown, famous TV character. It's murky brown. All right, I'm going to leave that for, I don't know, half an hour or so to get a bit of flavour happening. Put the mortar back with the pestle. Or the pestle back with the mortar. With the mortar and pestle, which one's the mortar and which one's the pestle? Oh, that's a big question. Oh, John, Bill Gates, there's conspiracies about Bill Gates. Well, just because he's rich and weird and that he's been involved in a lot of medical research and these people make up some shit. Fox of Fate, definitely in time for the mosque mocking section. Fucking apartheid profiteering piece shit that he is. Repeatedly lies about his achievement, uses his family position to buy other people's work and then pretend it's his. And all available evidence is he's a complete asshole. Thank you, Fox. The bowl is the mortar. I was playing with the pestle. Playing with my pestle and my jigger. Yep. Barman innuendos. Playing with my pestle and playing with my jigger. Because I left the mortar alone. I just whipped out my pestle and stuck it in my drink. To muddle things a bit. So I'm going to make a drink for myself. Like, that's for another time. Yes, Safa, I agree. We got some fucking cold nights last night. A few cold nights. Ooh, there you go, Fox. Now I have to look it up. Have I seen Elon Musk's mother, Cruella de Vil, looking? Um, I know Donald Trump's uh, mother is quite weird. Oh no! Oh, she looks like Cruella de Vil in a good way. Like she's actually definitely deliberately modeling herself on Cruella de Vil, whereas Donald Trump's mother looks like Donald Trump, possibly having been put through a face app gender swap. But the hair, see, if you ever wondered why Donald Trump's hair is so fucking weird, find a picture of his mum and it's like, oh, that's why. And I swear to God, Donald Trump and his mum look so similar. You know, not that there's anything wrong with that, but they do. And it's weird. Ooh, shit, Safa, -4 at your mum's place. That's fucking cold. I think it was probably 4 above here. But with a bit of rain and stuff, it feels cold. So, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Good call, Fox. Okay, for those, I'll rebring. I was just like Elon Musk's mother images. So I will share this. It's my Chrome tab. So yeah, you see what I mean? She's obviously deliberately modeling herself on Cruella de Vil. Like she fucking loves it. Like that's her with Elon in casual mode. But getting done up in stuff like this, she is clearly modeling herself on Cruella de Vil. More power to her, I say. Not power to her for, you know, the whole apartheid profiting thing of the family, but hey, you want to look like Cruella de Vil? You do you is what I say. You do you. So yeah, I suppose I should also, seeing I brought it up, Donald Trump mother. Yep, this picture in particular that I'm going to share. Okay, share the screen with the Chrome tab. I mean, check that picture out. That just looks like Donald Trump with slightly different hair. And I mean slightly different hair. I think that was one of the last interviews she did. But seriously, the hair, you can see where he gets the hair from. And I mean, later photos of his dad, you can't really see him there. But his dad looked like a fucking character from the Munsters as well. Weekend at Bernie's looking motherfucker. It's just like a corpse that's been propped up. So, yeah. That's Donald Trump's mother and Elon Musk's mother. What can we learn from that? Probably nothing, but, you know, maybe something. Another one I'm going to make. So I've got to make at least 3 milk punches. The classic is Mimi's Milk Punch. That's it. And I'm gonna make a pina colada as well, because that's like the best thing I've ever had. A coconut milk clarified pina colada. Abigail, hello. Up for live chat. I guess. Safa, no, we didn't see any frost around here. Mind you, I didn't go out very early in the morning either. John, absolutely sure that is not an edited photos of Trump's mum. And I understand you asking it, because it seriously fucking looks like Trump with slightly different hair. But I've seen the interview that's a still from an interview. That is legit her. So, but I absolutely understand you asking that. I think it's a sensible thing to ask. So, yes, if anyone is in the mood to join the stream, I have just posted the link for which you may do the clicking on the Lincoln. Just get a good, I mean, not that I really need a recipe for pina colada. Difford's pina colada. So rum, cachaça, pineapple, cream of coconut. And, oh, wait, no, that wasn't meant to happen. What's the Puerto Rican style one? Rum, pineapple, coconut. Yeah. So what I'm going to make is not really, because I'm going to put some of my Ajed rums in there. Give it a bit of oomph. Lee, how's it going?
Hey.
It was so funny the way the preview I saw for some reason filled up the little preview window I get with your face, and my initial thought was, put your phone further away. But your phone is further away. The preview window is just being weird. It's don't just making yourself conscious now, but you look normal in the actual stream. The preview window was just being weird.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Oh, not too much, just uni.
Yeah, back. Oh, okay. I was going to say, back online, but you're actually probably going to uni for real in Adelaide. Yep. I forget. It's only Melbourne that's fucked up. Oh my God. I think people are gonna definitely go crazy in Melbourne. We're only a couple of days into this curfew, and it feels weird. And I'm pretty confident people are gonna start to lose their shit. And
I've got a parody for a certain song. Don't want to be a Victorian COVID idiot. There are so many people going, they're taking away our rights to not wear masks. I'm like, dude, that's for a reason. You got to wear a mask.
Yeah, basic human decency, essentially.
Yeah, and then I just said to them, well, okay, why don't you deny their payments of $750 because they're taking away your right to struggle?
Exactly. Yeah. You got to take it all. Oh, hi, Invisible Chicken, by the way. It's as one of my friends on Facebook said, my favorite thing about if new restrictions are introduced, it highlights people I should unfriend, because
I've unfriended a lot of people.
As soon as you see someone act like a complete cockhead, it's like, yep, no, I don't need you. I don't need your nonsense. Fox, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Good. We're all chilling. Safa, did protest in Melbourne make it worse for COVID? If you're talking about the Black Lives Matter, no, definitely not. There you go. There's 4 of us now. Hi, Abigail.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
what there is evidence of is multiple either, and they were only small demonstrations by comparison to Black Lives Matter, but there were multiple sort of demonstrations and get-togethers by 5G, COVID is a hoax lunatics, who were all in close proximity and not wearing masks. So yeah, they spread it. The Black Lives Matter protest, for a crowd that size, people were actually pretty good about distancing, and they were all wearing masks. As
Yeah,
opposed
it's almost like those of us on the left are sane.
yeah. It's I feel like it's too easy to just say,
Yeah.
hey, the people I don't agree with are crazy, but the evidence is in. The evidence is in.
In this case, the 5G COVID hoax people are again people I disagree with, and they are insane. So
Yeah.
this case correlation.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone tried telling me that because I know certain people, they're like, "Oh, you're a traitor to the US." I'm like, dude, I've never claimed to live in the US, nor will I ever.
Yeah. I love hearing people from the US say, "You're so un-American," and I'm like, "Yes,
I'm
that is
Australian.
correct."
I am. Kelly,
I'm an American.
Hello.
Probably an
Hello.
Australian too. Hello again.
Hello.
It's almost the same group as last night.
Almost.
Yeah, almost.
So I
Almost
just
like
noticing,
we're regular guests or something.
well, that's what it's all about. This is, I mean, okay, Abigail and I are the only ones in Melbourne at the moment, but this is socializing for us, okay? This is
Yeah.
we-
This
Oh,
is
this
our
is
social
definitely
life.
socializing for me.
This is socializing for
Yeah.
me normally.
well, there you go.
Well,
it's
my way of
socializing for all of
avoiding
us.
idiots.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
not entirely true. I did used to go play Magic the Gathering in D&D, but that stopped for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I miss my Magic the Gathering group so much. It's ridiculous.
I was never really
We're
good
trying
at
to
it.
get games on Magic Arena, but it's not the same, you know.
Oh yeah, for fun,
Don't you
a
get randomly
Victorian.
matched up too?
No, you can do. You have a friends list, and you can do challenge matches against each other.
Oh, okay.
Mm. Yeah, someone showed a picture of all these photoshopped of all these people in it, including Elvis and David Bowie and John Lennon and Michael Jackson, and they're like, "Who's the legend in this?" And I was just straight up, I don't like John Lennon, but I was like, John Lennon is a legend.
Well, everyone
John
is in
Lennon's
their
cool.
own way. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, for a fucking self-centered wife beater, you know, he's
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well,
But
you know.
I just kind of just jokingly said, "Yeah, John Lennon," but Elvis and David Bowie, you can't forget David Bowie.
all in very different ways at very different times, which is kind of neat because they don't cross over
Yeah.
each other.
Oh, and did
Elvis-
you know this fact? Both Paul McCartney and John Lennon both had a cat named Jesus.
Right. So they were both weirdos. That's okay.
Yeah, well,
And they were
that's
both bigger than their cats, so...
Yeah, they're both bigger than Jesus. Nice callback there to.
Oh, man.
There was I don't know if anyone remembers. There was a 90s band called Jesus Jones. They had one or two semi hits. They were sort of in the they weren't really grunge. They were a bit poppier than grunge. And they one of their video clips, they parodied how the Beatles got into trouble in America for saying they were bigger than Jesus. Because one of them says, "We think
Well, it
we'll
was
be
only
bigger
John
than the
Lennon.
Beatles." And
Well, yeah.
so all these
Tom
people
DeLonge
burning
said that
Jesus
as well.
Jones records, and the newspaper headlines say, "Outrage! You know, band member claims Jesus is bigger than the Beatles."
Well, that's actually true, but anyway,
It's, yeah,
That's
so
yeah.
a bit of a
Well,
callback.
That's great. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, that's right. Talking Heads.
Yes.
Apparently, David Byrne was so self-absorbed,
Yeah.
like he was stealing all the credit for lyrics and stuff.
Sorry, I thought that was going to be like a "your mama's so fat" joke.
No,
David
no.
Byrne was so self-absorbed. When he sits around the lounge, he sits around the lounge. When he lounges around the house, no. And because who was it? The female member of Talking Heads. Her name's escaping me.
Yeah,
But
mine.
she went completely she railed against David Byrne and said he was massively egotistical and he wasn't as central to the songwriting and music creation as he basically acts. Who knows? Bands are fucking
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Reminds me of when my friend Annie Clark
I'm
went.
just telling Safa off. No, bad Safa. Don't say that.
When my friend
imagine
Annie
knowing
Clark started writing music with him.
That would be second only to closing the bottle shops, basically.
Yeah.
Riots. That's when I joined the 5G conspiracy crowd.
Yeah. And there
Too
was a
much.
song called Who, and it's like St. Vincent saying, "Who is an honest man?" And I'm like, not the guy you're singing with. Not the guy you're singing with.
Fair. Absolutely fair. I'm trying to think what else I'm going to do drinky-wise. I'm just getting creative here. Getting the old creation vibe happening. I might just start this one, actually. I have no idea. This is the experiment. I had to do it first because if it fails, I'm going to have to do other things. Okay, who remembers how much I put in there? Because I don't. To get the right amount of milk, I have to
I
remember
think it
how
was
much
like 70 mils or something.
in there. It was like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, no, that's easy. About 2 ounces of milk. Oh, I'm a scientist. That's what's going on here.
Oh, by the way, you were speaking about masks earlier, and I actually decided to get myself one for the first time. Because, I'm in Queensland, so I haven't really felt the need to.
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
No.
Oh, nice.
I saw it at a chemist, and it's a fabric mask. It's a 3-ply. So, yeah.
It's good.
Cool.
It's excellent.
They're compulsory here. You get fined if you don't wear one.
Yes, I know about that.
I've been thinking getting some nice ones from online.
Yeah. Try and find some from a local Etsy seller.
Yeah, I was going to do either that because I did see someone on Facebook with a plague doctor mask, and I was going, I was threatening to get one of them, and they just went, I just actually went on Etsy and found someone local who was making them, and like, temptation is very strong to get a plague doctor mask.
But if you get the mask, you get the rest of the outfit.
Well, no, I've got some hooded stuff. I've got some hooded jackets. Take my daily walk. Yeah, just wear a hoodie and plague mask.
There you go.
Yeah,
I look like a Canadian loyalist, even though.
And then just walk down the street with a giant bell. Bring out your dad.
Yeah, that type of thing. Just go around scaring children, I think.
Speaking of Monty Python,
yes,
I just ordered a T-shirt with the prayer for the holy hand grenade.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, the complete prayer before you use it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I remember Life of Brian, Big Nose. And he's like, don't call me Big Nose, even though it's my actual name.
Yeah.
Biggest
And then,
stickus.
and biggest stickus.
Biggest stickus. And he would kill anyone who laughed at him.
yes,
Yeah.
Even just I always loved the way that ended with the last soldier who's just barely holding it together, he has a wife, and the guards going, really, because her name is incontinentia buttocks, and he just falls down.
So there's a backstory behind that scene. The writers and the cast, the Monty Python crew, actually told all the extras that if anybody laughs, they will get fired on the spot.
Oh no.
And
So-
of course they didn't, but they did it so that people would have genuine, like, trying not to laugh reactions.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Class.
and they
Classy.
just hammed it up.
Classy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like-
Michael Palin
Yeah.
in their face.
Yep.
Just going
It's like-
biggest, dickest.
It's like, my son is not the Lord and not the Messiah. He's a naughty boy.
Yes.
I love that scene.
Yep.
You're free thinkers. You can think for yourselves. Yes, we can think for ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like F off. Where do we F off to, sir?
What when you look? Sorry, I'm just cleaning it up. When you read the old, see the old interviews, there's a bunch of them on YouTube. The Python say like, where did it come from? They said, oh, it was started off with a throwaway joke that one of them said after Holy Grail was fairly successful in a press interview. Someone says, "What are you going to do next?" And he went, "Our next film is going to be called Jesus Christ: Lust for Glory." And,
Oh no.
and then they went, could we actually do that? And they had like they were on like an island somewhere together, getting really drunk and trying to write a parody about Jesus. And they ended up saying, Jesus isn't really funny. You know, the stuff he said was legit. People who get weird about following him, now they're funny. And
Yeah.
so the focus shifted
Oh,
to it was a
As a-
parody about religious zealots, not a parody about Jesus.
yeah, as a born again Christian, I can honestly say there are a lot of Christians that are nuts,
Oh, yeah.
and
Well,
I
again,
do not represent them.
I always put that
They do
in
not represent me.
Yep, I put that in quotation marks because I went to Catholic school. I read a lot of the Bible, and particularly those American evangelicals. Like, dude, if a tenth of the Bible is true, you're going straight to hell. Okay, and that's
Yeah.
not even a gray area. Like, it's absolutely explicit. The teachings in the New Testament, the clowns who support Trump, etc., they would go straight to hell. So I was, it's just like, good luck to you, because you're in real trouble if the stuff you profess is actually true, because you
Yeah,
straight to hell.
they
Well, I'm a
almost-
filthy atheist, so I'm just gonna die.
That's all right.
Yeah. Feed the
I'm
I'm
worm.
basically atheist, but I figure I'm just going to try and be as good at like a decent person as I can, which
Yeah.
Well, that's the idea,
as I
right?
can is in heavy emphasis.
As you can, yes.
Then if God is truly as loving and kind and whatever as it is, then I should be okay.
Pretty much, if he's real, as long as you repent, then you're safe.
I'm always reminded.
That's
I think
Pascal's wager.
I'm going to act as if God's real, because if God is real, then I'm saved. But if God isn't real, then I don't lose anything. But if God is real and I say God isn't real, God's going to take that personally. So I'm just going to say God's real. And I think God's not going to fall for that, quite honestly. The number of
Yeah.
I know, right?
people who think they're essentially going to fool God. And I'm like, really? Okay,
Well-
cool. You believe in a supreme being, but you think you can fool them. Okay, cool.
Well, that's a lot of
Yeah.
Christians right there.
Yep. That's a lot of zealots, basically.
Yeah,
Um,
and
You go.
my friend Annie Clark, also known as St. Vincent, says Jesus saves, I spend. And I'm like, wow, okay. Like, yeah, you do that.
But then, didn't he die for our sins? What?
Yes, he
No,
did.
Jesus died for our sins. So if he died for our sins and we don't sin, we've just wasted his sacrifice.
I know, right? We've got to make it worth his while.
Yeah, I know,
Exactly.
That
right?
was like a whole
Oh.
life he just gave away.
Exactly. He
Yeah.
sacrificed himself for my sins. Might as well do a few.
Oh, I
Yeah,
saw
as long
it.
as you don't fall down Grigory Rasputin's path, where he just
Well,
went and
no.
had multiple
Yeah.
issues.
Okay. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't want to be Rasputin. Okay.
No, we're not going to do that. But
Okay, mental note: don't be Rasputin.
Don't be Rasputin.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
I've got
I
that
was
song stuck
already
in
on
my
my way
head.
to not doing that, so I will
Rasputin.
continue not doing that.
I saw a comic I liked the other day. It was like two aliens, their saucers landed, and they've landed at the foot of a crucifixion. And you could say it's stupid, but crucifixion was a very common execution.
Yeah.
So two aliens, and they're at the foot of this. Someone's crucified, and they're looking up, and one says to the other, "You know what we should do? We should get the fuck out of this place."
Good
Could you
idea.
imagine if you were an advanced non-violent species and you landed and you just saw, one of the beings has obviously been horribly tortured and executed? You just go, "Get fucked. What's wrong with these people?"
Yeah.
I know, because
I
you
may be
hear
a
about
person,
how
but
they
I still
actually
say that.
die, and it's horrible. Like,
One of my favorite films is a 90s French-Canadian film called Jesus of Montreal. I very much recommend it. I liked it. Well, it crossed off two things for me because it's very Catholic. It's about these actors who get the job of trying to revamp the Passion play at the local Catholic church. And so it's got the Catholic stuff, which I identify with, but it's also about actors and creating and whatnot. And because I did a theatre degree, that really resonated with me as well. But it's one of my top 5 films. I absolutely recommend it. Jesus of Montreal. And I had a reason for bringing it up. What were we talking about just before I said it? Crucifixion is horrible. Yes, because they try to stop the Passion play being glitzy and really structured and staged, and they're trying to make people feel it. And when their Jesus is on the cross being crucified, the other performers are relating to the audience. You have to understand, this was in the Middle East, and in a desert area. It would have been over 40 degrees. There would have been flies. It took days to die up there. Every minute was torture while you're up there. And they're very good at evoking that. But yeah, that's what made me think of the movie when we said crucifixion would suck a fair bit.
yeah, and I think it's like they end up like suffocating.
Yeah,
like that's how they die.
The idea is when you're crucified, whether you're nailed or tied, as your body weight pulls down, eventually your body weight's too heavy and you can't expand your lungs. And so someone who's slowly dying, they'll push themselves up to try and be able to breathe. But eventually from exhaustion, you can't anymore. And you suffocate because the weight's too much and you can't expand your lungs. And I learned in Catholic school that was what the Romans would do to finish off someone on the cross to make them die quicker, would be to break their legs, because then they couldn't prop themselves up. Break their legs and they'll die quicker. That was Romans being merciful, according to the histories.
Yeah. Did you know that Romans used to whiten their teeth with urine?
There was lots of fucked up shit that the Romans did.
Yeah, they said, Rome was a rather clean place. I'm like, no, it wasn't. They ate certain kind of pooped for energy.
Yeah, they had sewers, They had a special room for vomiting in, It's just like
the vomitorium.
The vomitorium. They were very classy.
Nope, that one's not true, actually.
Actually, I did. Yeah, I know that's an urban legend. Yeah, but I like to say it's a funny idea that you have a special room for vomiting in.
It's the things between when you go in and out of stadiums, the doorways that you go through, the archways you go through between the seats to get in and out of the stadium seating areas. That's the vomitoria.
It's the vomitorium.
It's the people that vomit forth, not the
Oof.
contents of the people.
Oh yeah, because they can't vomit on the gladiators.
Well, you wouldn't want to piss off a gladiator, would you?
No, and did
They're
you
people you'd
know
want to stay on the right side of.
that gladiators were held in such high regard they hardly fought to the death?
Yeah,
Yes, I did know that. It was
They
on.
were-
I think it was on like Adam Ruins Everything or something like that.
Or
That's what
horrible
they-
histories?
Yeah.
they
They
were
were
the
actually like
WWE wrestlers of their
promoters.
time.
Mm.
They were
Horrible
WWE
history is
wrestlers.
so good.
Yeah. I stopped watching
Oh, it might
WWE
be Horrible
when
Histories,
Chris
I don't remember.
Benoit committed suicide and killed his family first. Now that was just something that set me off going, I'm not watching WWE again.
Yeah,
I
and that
never
was
watched
probably
it
because
at all,
because of brain damage. That was
Yeah.
constant impacts on his head, and we now know constant concussions affect your personality and mental health. It's a problem with
Yeah.
American footballers as well. They die very young, and also, again, that's a statistically significant number of them suicide and/or kill their family. And it's like violent concussions to your head are not a good thing.
No.
Who would have thunk it?
Well, ask the people who run the NFL in America, and they'll say there's no problem at all. They got very
Yeah.
they got very
Of course
upset
they
with the
will.
doctor who basically exposed them and said, no, this is really bad. You were doing really bad long-term damage to these men. And they went, no, we're not. We're not.
Yeah, it's like saying, no, we're letting them choose to die early. That's their choosing. It's like, no.
Oh, look, there's a what is that loser on Twitch? Surely I can actually get them banned. Sorry, there's just someone being. You guys won't be able to see it. I'm the only one who can actually see it. So sad for you, you fucking moron. Someone's being homophobic on Twitch. I think Twitch has rules like if I
Oh, no.
if I report them, I can get their account cancelled. I think.
Oh,
'Cause
I had
Nice.
Twitch.
I'm a fucking
Then I
snitch.
didn't.
You went for the wrong thing, dickhead.
Stepped in the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker.
Yeah, don't put up with homophobic shitheads here.
No, neither do I. I don't put up with
I
them
snitched
either.
on someone recently.
Excellent.
Ooh,
You
bad
should.
girl.
Yeah. They were in the health profession.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This story is taking a turn already.
Mm-hmm. And I won't name names or anything, but I was given access to information I should not have had.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. You're right to snitch.
Yep.
So what did this guy on Twitch say?
I was just saying stupid
Sorry,
homophobic.
didn't mean to. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut.
Yeah,
you
it's
off
okay.
there.
So, what do you think of Julian Lennon? Would he be better than his father or not? Well, I don't think he's a
Well,
wife
look at their
beater.
respective careers, and I think you've got your answer.
I got my answer, and I'm happy with it.
I mean, I'm just going to go with short answer. No, Julian Lennon is not as good as John Lennon, or even close. But
What do you mean, talent-wise?
what was
or-
interesting?
No, I mean
I remember-
behavior-wise.
No. So what?
Behavior-wise.
I don't understand the question. I thought you were asking
I mean-
about their careers.
Oh no! I mean, like, is Julian Lennon a wife beater as well?
I have no idea.
No idea.
About Julian.
Last time I checked, he wasn't. Apparently, he's single.
Well, yeah, I could stop that.
You're a
Yeah,
fan
just-
of Julian Lennon? I remember a friend of mine who went and saw Julian Lennon live when he toured Australia for that brief moment that he had a pop hit. And we all sort of
Yep.
marveled at the songs he released that got into the top 40, how much he sounded like a young John Lennon. And my friend who went and saw him live came back and went, "It's all studio trickery. I saw him live. He doesn't sound anything like he sounds on the."
Wow.
He sounds like what?
Oh well, he didn't sound like he sounded on the records. So on the record,
yeah.
he sounded like John Lennon with some studio trickery, and in real life, he didn't. Annette, good evening. I thought you were already here. Am I confused? I don't know. Wait, am I confusing Annette? I don't know. I'm so easily confused. Life is just confusing for me now. But anyway.
Indeed.
What day is it again?
Don't. I've had so much trouble with that. Just trying to keep track of days. But at least I am sure tonight it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. And
Yes, I
Oh
say.
well, you know what I say about life? It's a magical mystery tour.
yeah, that's a good call. All right, this little clarified drinky is taken longer than I thought it would be. A yellowy green when it finishes. That's a fun color. That's a very fun color. Yes, everyone's confused by time, days. Life has no meaning anymore. So
Oh yeah, can we
Yeah.
just
right,
declare
I'm
New
actually
Year's
pretty happy
Eve
with
and
life.
just call 2020 quits?
Oh,
Yeah.
but 2021 wouldn't be any better.
No, because we've.
yeah, that's
I
so
don't know if you
true.
remember, we've been saying that every year for about the last 4 or 5 years. Shit goes down,
Yeah.
and then we go, well, I can't wait till next year, and all this shit. And then it's just like,
And it
ooh,
gets
no,
worse and worse. Yep.
Yeah, no, good things don't happen anymore. It's just a cavalcade of just fuckery. It's so we'll soldier on and get through it together. Is my view on things, because it beats the alternative.
Yeah, I never really got the memes of maybe a giant meteor will slam into the planet and destroy us all. And then 2020
yeah,
came
that
along.
or aliens or
I do that as a
Oh.
joke, like an American electoral bumper sticker. Instead of saying a politician's name, just giant media 2020. Please, jump in.
Yeah, I used
Yeah.
to just roll my eyes at that joke, but 2020 happened.
Yeah. Right. And John's joining us. Hey, Johnny.
Hey,
Hi,
John.
Oh, not sure your microphone's working, John.
No, I don't think anything's working.
Oh, I know John's been deferring to not having a no. Yep, there you go. Something with his connection there. All right. So, Annette, just in case you wanted to join, I didn't know if you'd been in there. Bez, I'm putting the link back in again. So, what I found out with when that dumb homophobic fuckwit was on Twitch is I don't know how Twitch works. I couldn't even find the comments on Twitch, and StreamYard wasn't letting me moderate it from here. And I don't know what that was about. They acted real tough when I said, I'm pretty sure I can get you banned from Twitch for that now. And they're like, go ahead, I've got 3 accounts. Oh, but sorry, I didn't mean any offense. And then they ran away. I think they are kind of worried about the idea of losing their account.
That's the coward showing. I meant no offense.
Yeah.
No, you meant the offense.
Yeah.
No.
Schrodinger's
like in elementary, Sherlock says, "You're not truly sorry. You're just sorry you got caught."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Johnny, trying again.
When I stream on Twitch, I can moderate it directly from OBS. I don't even have to have Twitch open.
What do you stream?
Mostly Elite Dangerous. A little bit of Magic Arena.
What ship do you have on Elite?
What ship don't I have?
Okay.
I have a fleet carrier full of ships.
Oh, well, in that case.
So yeah, and I've made billions of credits mining, and
nice.
yeah. So
I've mostly done trading runs. I've got a few
Okay.
routes that have popped up.
Are you in a
pretty-
squadron?
No, no. My friends I usually run with don't have enough credits to run a squadron.
Oh, okay. Have you been to Hutton Orbital?
Hutton Orbital. Which system is that?
There's a free Anaconda if you get to Hutton Orbital. It's around Proxima Centauri.
Okay,
So
I might have to.
you have to go to the Alpha Centauri system, and then
I'm in and around the Ray system right now. That's
I don't know what that
HEA.
Oh well.
Felicity Winters' capital.
Oh, well, that's relatively close.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm gonna have
if you
to-
go to the Alpha Centauri system, look at the star map, and you'll see Proxima Centauri all the way at the bottom, and Hutton Orbital is there. If you go there, you can get a free Anaconda.
That
Nice.
sounds like
That's-
innuendo.
Oh yeah.
No
It's
innuendo at all.
I want none, hun. It's like,
It's
sounds
the
like what someone
biggest
said
thing
to me.
around.
That I will
Yeah,
get a
exactly.
free
What?
flamethrower from the Boring Company, and I'm like, no thanks.
So if you decide to check it out, let me know how you go, because I'd be curious to see.
I mean, they'll say
Anacondas
lots of
are
money.
one of the biggest ships in the game. For everyone
One
else
of
who
One
has
of the best.
one of the best game. Yeah, I use one of my Anacondas to shoot down Thargoids.
One of them. Oh,
That one, yeah. I've got federal corvettes. I've got a cutter that I do mining in. I have lots of guardian weapons. And,
I heard they
yeah.
messed up low temperature diamond mining.
I haven't played it in a couple of weeks, but yeah, they've nerfed it. It's still broken, but
Yeah.
Wait, what game is
I'm-
this?
Elite Dangerous. So it's
Oh,
it's a 3D space trading combat game. It's a simulator more than a game.
that sounds pretty
but-
cool.
It models the galaxy on a 1-to-1 scale, literally.
You can
Like,
visit
no,
it.
I'm not even joking. There are billions of star systems, and after how long has the game been out? 5 years? About that?
Yeah.
And thousands of players. We haven't even discovered less than 1% of the star systems in the game.
oh,
So there's
wow.
still a
So
chance
cool.
that I can get my name on a planet that hasn't been discovered yet.
Oh,
I have a few discoveries like that. I've discovered some black holes and
Oh.
neutron stars. I've circumnavigated the galaxy in the game.
Oh.
That
There
was
is a
fun.
theory that the universe is a Googleplex, meaning it's so huge that there is another one of you in the universe, like far
Yeah,
off in the universe.
wouldn't be surprised.
So
There is
a
literally another
Googleplex-
Earth with you doing the exact same thing as you're doing now.
Really doing
maybe.
the exact same thing? Oh,
That's probability. That's so a
I'm disappointed
Googleplex is a
in my
number
company.
so big that it's actually bigger than the number of particles in the universe.
Yeah,
Isn't
that's
it the
what I meant.
one with a million zeros after it or something?
It's one with a Google of zeros, and a Google is a one with 100 zeros.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yes,
that's what I was
and
thinking.
you literally can't write down a Googleplex because
No,
You can
there's no-
try. That's quitter
You
talk.
can, Carl Sagan tried as an example, but you literally can't write it down because there's not enough paper or ink in the entire universe to write it down.
Mm. Oh yeah, there's also the belief of multiple Earths where different things are happening, like where history
Multiverse,
happened
yeah.
differently. It's like, it's such
Oh
a
yeah,
cool
that's
theory. Einstein.
yeah, that's
Inner theory.
I actually do subscribe to that theory
conjecture
because
at best.
it makes sense, kind of, out of all of them.
Yeah, I mean the universe is infinitely large, so it's easier to
Well,
believe that.
is it?
We don't know that. That's true.
We
That's
don't know.
theory.
We can't
Because
see
you can't-
past the horizon of the.
But then
like,
what's
we have
beyond the wall? If
Exactly.
There's like a wall at the end. What's beyond the wall?
Exactly.
Well, it's
we don't know.
nothing. Literally, like, I mean,
As far
I've
as we
heard
know,
people
nothing.
say that there's no space, there's no time, there's no nothing, there's no there's time and space doesn't exist outside the universe. So it's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
cake that's rising, there's no cake outside. You know, where does the cake
Oh yeah, I
expand
read
into? It doesn't. It just
Stephen
is.
Hawking's Brief History of Time, and apparently the Earth is like not Earth, the universe is like 8 billion years old. Apparently, according to Stephen Hawking at that time.
The universe.
Yeah, I was just like,
I
that's
think
interesting.
I
How
think
did you
it's
get
like
that age?
16 point something billion or
Mm.
14.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
was
I don't
something like
remember.
that.
It's you know it's a couple of years old anyway, so
It's a few.
It's old
Yeah,
enough.
it's all we know. You know,
it's old enough to not need ID to get into bars.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's got quite a booze collection. The
It-
universe does.
The universe is
Yeah.
of consenting age.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yes.
And
And
then
then there's also a theory that the reverse of the Big Bang could happen at any moment. The big
there is-
shrink where everything could
There is no
implode.
theory of that. There is the prevailing theory is just the heat death of the universe, because the universe is not
Yeah.
only expanding, but it's accelerating in its expansion because of dark energy, and so
Okay, so my
eventually,
little brother lied to me then when he said that there'll be a big implosion.
yeah.
I'm
Look,
like,
there used to be
Yeah.
an idea about the Big Crunch, but they've gathered enough evidence that they've discounted the Big Crunch.
yeah,
Oh,
there's
That was
cool.
back
another
in the 80s.
I've heard that the Big Bang that we're talking about now is not the first. That
Yeah, I've
it
heard
has
that
happened.
too.
That
and that
Yeah.
thing will keep repeating itself.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
repetitious cycle.
Well,
Eventually, the
in-
heat
it,
death
like-
will be Big Bang and whatever we're up to, and then
Yep.
start all over again.
there's the torus theory as well, that the shape of the universe is a torus, which is basically a donut, and it's just the Big Bang is a cyclical thing in this theory, that it expands out from the Big Bang, but that leads to it going around and contracting back in to a singularity again, which creates another Big Bang, which starts a new universe.
Yeah.
There are lots of fun theories out there.
But you know what? We're never going to see it.
We sure are.
Yeah.
No,
Speak for yourselves. I
Oh,
plan on
fair.
living forever.
Plan on.
Well,
I like-
so far so
Yeah,
good.
how are you going to survive the galaxy being shrunk down into however small, the universe being shrunk down into however small it is?
Just become one with the singularity.
There's,
I don't know, but look, I haven't died once, so I'm on it's a good track
Ooh.
record for
Yeah.
living
you haven't
forever.
died once, as far as you know.
I have.
So far, so good. It's like,
When I
Yep.
got hit by a car, I did.
yeah, there you go.
Oh, you're legally dead. Okay.
3 times. So, you know, there's a French film from the 90s called La Haine, which means hate. The title of the film's just hate. And the guy thinks like the world's falling apart, and he relates how he feels. The story of a man threw himself off a 100-story apartment building. And as he went past, people in the apartments who saw him went past, said they heard him as he was hurtling past saying, "So far, so good. So far, so good."
Oh, no.
Charlie
Oh.
throwing in Carl Sagan smoked weed every day. Yeah, that would make
Yes,
a
he
lot
did.
of sense.
And I'm sure Neil deGrasse Tyson does too.
Probably.
What
yeah,
about the
Carl
quote?
Sagan was quite a prolific toker of weed.
He was a Canadian. They
Sorry,
all do.
go on.
I was
it's
going to say, what
legal
about
in there.
the famous quote from I'm trying to remember. Oh, damn, I've like got anyway, it's the whale that is falling through the sky.
From
With the
Hitchhiker's
bowl.
Guide to the Galaxy.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, yes. And
Oh,
the
no,
last
not
thing it
again.
goes is not again.
Well,
Yeah.
that was the bowl of
yeah.
peculiars.
Yeah, the plant said
who
not
said
again.
that.
Oh, the bowl of peculiar said not
The
again.
whale was like, "Oh wow,
No.
this is great! Oh,
Yeah, it was
what's
great.
that thing
And then he's
hurtling
like,
towards me? It's so round.
I love Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Call it
Galaxy.
round."
no, I'm pretty sure that it was like, oh no, not again at the end.
Yeah,
No,
the bowl of petunias.
All the
was
petunias, which was explained in a later
petunias.
book.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you got
All it
Marvin,
said was,
the
"Oh no, not
android.
again."
Then you got Marvin, where he's like, "Oh, I'm so depressed.
Yeah, the
Life.
paranoid
Don't
android.
talk to me about life."
He wasn't paranoid. He was depressed.
Yeah,
No,
he
Marvin
was.
the depressed
but
android.
he got called the paranoid android.
So yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but he was definitely clinically depressed, and I think that's just because he knew too much. It's what he said.
Mhm.
It's just because he knew too much, he couldn't help but be depressed.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, then
that's
you've got
a
like
common symptom among
People who
the
think a lot.
smartest people.
Yeah.
then you got
Yeah.
an advert for one of those robots. You know, a Marvin, your plastic pal who's fun to be with.
The what are they called? Oh God, what was the company called again? You'll know this, Abigail. You seem to know it all of it. The company that made Marvin.
I haven't read the book since high school, so
Oh
was-
wow, I haven't
yeah.
read the book since high school either.
Yeah.
yeah,
The-
but high
That's a
school for me
new-
was probably a lot longer than
Serious
yourself.
Cyber. Okay, I
The
read
Serious Cybernetics Corporation.
Yeah,
That's the one.
Yes.
because
But
yeah,
because it was based in the Sirius star system, not because they were serious.
yes, serious.
And Sirius is a very hot white star. It's
Yeah. Oh, Kirsten just got off
Yeah,
a very long
a
gin.
white giant.
Sounds like fun. But yeah, no. What Lee was saying their jingle, "Your plastic pal who's fun to be with," which was come up with by the marketing department of the Sirius Cybernetics Corporation, which the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy refers to as a bunch of mindless jerks who'll be first against the wall when the revolution comes.
Yes.
The position of
Mood.
cybernetic consultant.
I
for
like the
guide
BBC
is
original
open
more
for-
than the movie.
Oh, the movie was fucking shit. I mean, okay,
Yeah.
the movie had a couple of good things in it, but in just very general terms, the movie was fucking.
It was very different.
I've only ever seen the
Yeah,
movie.
I like Zaphod Beeblebrox better on the original BBC.
the BBC
series.
series was great.
Yes.
But then again,
Um,
that's just an example of the British being better than the Americans in some ways.
Hmm.
But then
In a
again,
lot of ways.
that's a bias that
Oh, I'm a
The
huge
British
fan of
art
British
do
humor.
do a lot of things better than the Americans.
yeah, they have seasons instead
Sherlock,
of
for
series.
example.
Oh, Sherlock is awesome in the UK.
Yeah,
But the American one is so bad.
Which one are you referring to?
The
It's-
TV show.
Oh,
Elementary.
The
Elementary,
elementary, yeah.
Yeah, I lost interest in that
My dad
once
watched
upon a long
it.
ago.
I lost interest after the first episode.
Yeah, I watched the first season, I think, because I like Johnny Lee Miller, but yeah, it does not do well with comparisons to the UK's Sherlock.
Yeah,
I agree
John
with Charlie's
Noble
review of the
reminds me of
Hitchhiker's Guide
Walter
movie.
Bishop.
Fun in some parts, but mostly shit.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact that they made it. I would have been happy with. I would have been fine with John Watson being a woman if they'd kept her profession as an army doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
I agree. And I like John Noble better when he was Walter Bishop in Fringe. You know, him going,
Yeah.
ooh, LSD. I'm like, I don't condone LSD, but he
I do.
sure as heck did.
No, he was great in Fringe. He was
Yeah. It's like, where's
So good.
Walter? And he's got a cow named Jeannie as well.
the cow. Yeah, that was such a
Yeah.
great show. It
Ooh.
was
The ending was a bit sad, but I liked it.
And Nettie's joining us.
Hi.
Ooh, and by the way, Kirsten, I've just made a traditional old-fashioned with the Starward Fortis. Wow, it really comes into its own. Like again, not a whiskey drinker particularly, but it's not hiding because I haven't put anything like any other liqueurs in there. So it's just whiskey, a little bit of sweetener, and a dash of bitters. And
You should be fine as long as you don't drink Old English and pretend that it was Jameson.
get a lot of fights between Scotch whiskey and Irish whiskey aficionados.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They get very personal.
I know,
I'd piss
I
them all
stay
off.
out of it.
I'd piss them all off. I'd go, "Bull's it whiskey? Yeah, well, I'll drink it."
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I've got
there's-
Irish ancestry, and I stick to that. But
Quarter Scottish here.
yeah,
Lots
Yeah.
of Scottish
And-
here.
my
Yeah.
grandfather, who was from Belfast, sat me down and said, "Boy, this is what a drink is." And I'm thinking,
No.
"Oh,
If you're a kid and
okay."
someone gives you whiskey, that's not going to be a good time.
Because I was acting all tough, and he's like, "You want to act tough, boy? Well, this is what a drink is." I'm like, "Okay," and I was flat on my buttocks when I
Yeah.
drank it the first time because it burnt my throat.
Oh,
Yeah, no. If you just take a hit of whiskey and not know what it is as a kid, it's got to be pretty brutal.
I was a teenager.
Still a kid.
Teenage counts, yeah. As a kid. I remember my youngest brother when he was about 14. My sister's wedding. He was probably about 14, and it was in Queensland, and he was running around the reception, which was in someone's backyard, because everyone was leaving like beer in the bottom of their glasses, and he was just running around drinking the little bit of
drinking the drink.
And then
Oh, yeah.
in Queensland, one of the glasses he picks up has got Bundy in it, and he goes and he necks that, and then goes, "Oh my God, what was that?" And I'm going, "Well, I'm guessing that was Bundy." And he's going, "I'm going to find some more of that." And he kept doing this, and he went through the phases because he was young and he was drinking it really fast. He went through the phases of being really funny and doing really reckless things to being really sick, and that transition happened in about 15 minutes. It was like, I'm drinking, it's hitting me, and I'm being wacky and crazy, and sort of jumping off a balcony and that sort of shit. Okay, oh, now I think I'm going to die.
Well, when I tried VB for the first time, I'm like, honestly, you call this a drink? I can't stomach this.
It's so gross.
Yeah,
Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
I
drink
can't
that
handle
stuff.
anything that tastes like beer.
beer's gross.
Well,
Yeah,
I
beer's
don't
the
really
worst.
drink alcohol because, well, medication reasons.
Oh, I don't drink alcohol. I just have tried non-alcoholic beer, and
Yes.
it tastes awful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fermented taste. I can't get around.
If I was to try beer, I'd try Molson.
Ugh. Even what's the kombucha, that drink that everyone is into? That's
I haven't
Oh,
tried it.
kombucha.
oh, can't stand.
yeah, I've tried it.
I'm making another brave attempt. Is your connection working this time, John? No. Okay. Cool.
Bummer.
He's bravely soldiering and trying. Okay.
So I've had a few cider. I've drunk a few ciders in my time,
Yeah.
and the worst ciders start to taste like beer, and it's
Yeah.
awful.
the
Oh.
dry ciders.
I tried a
Yeah.
Yeah, strong
Um,
back.
but
I tried a cocktail with
Food-
sake in it named Oyoko, and it tasted horrible.
Sake is so nice. I love a good sake.
If
But
you can get a good one,
they
yeah.
mixed it up with other things, and it didn't
Don't
taste
mix it
good.
with other things. You just go for it straight.
Exactly.
Johnny's mic doesn't want to work. Bummer.
Bummer.
I'm not really into dry ciders. I think we're like joking about whiskey wankers being real wankers. I think people who think they're serious about cider think like dry cider's the only real cider, and I don't really like dry ciders. But as I've said
I
before,
like a good sweet
favorite-
cider.
one of my
Sweet
favorites
cider's good.
just out past Geelong, the Flying Brick cider. I've got some down there.
Flying
Yeah,
brick cider.
Okay.
What a great name.
Nice.
it's
Flying
their
Brick.
mascot is the black cockatoo, and apparently because black cockatoos are so huge and bulky that had been and there's a lot of them out around Geelong, and that apparently is the nickname. Whoever started the brewery had heard black cockatoos were called flying bricks because they just looked huge and bulky, and people would go, How the hell is that flying? That doesn't look like it's.
Oh no!
I love black cockatoos. When I was
Yeah.
a kid, I was out walking my dog in the bush near my house,
Mhm.
and this is in Sydney. Black cockatoos never ever go there. So
Mm.
this is the first time I ever saw one. I wasn't even sure if cockatoos even came in black at this
Yeah, they
age.
do. Black
And well, I
cockatoos.
know that now. And
Yeah.
anyway, this little flock of black cockatoos come over, and I couldn't recognize them, and my brain turned their little round heads into faces. Like I just went, oh my god, they've got human heads.
Yeah.
Oh,
How old were you
Speaking
when
of-
this happened?
Maybe 10.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Speaking of flying bricks, did anyone
And I've
happen
loved
to
them ever
catch
since.
the test flight from SpaceX of the Starship?
Oh,
The hop? They
heard
did a
about it.
50-meter hop.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Or was it 150-meter? But yeah, it was basically it looked like a grain silo with a rocket engine underneath. And
I
it was
did see
great.
that. Yes.
It looks
I
like
did-
a
green
kind of
silo.
space
Yeah.
program.
Oh, that apartheid piece of junk is flying people to Mars now.
Yeah, well, they've designed it to fly to the moon and or Mars. So it's not designed to enter orbit at all. And they
Okay,
only
so
had
it's gonna
one.
crash. That's good to know.
They only had one engine, and it was actually off center. So seeing it gimbal and keep it up was just so great.
Yes. There are a lot of smart people working on SpaceX, and Elon Musk isn't fucking one of them. Sorry.
No.
We're not finished
Have-
with slagging off Elon Musk tonight.
Well,
Have you
never.
seen? If you want to laugh,
His
He
real name's
did-
Reeves.
Joe Rogan experience.
Ugh.
Seeing
Oh,
Elon
yeah.
Musk and seeing Joe Rogan just take load after load from Elon.
Giggity.
Sucks his dick the whole time. It's just the worst. Like not literally, of course, but yeah,
I would
it's
hope
just
not.
so very cringeworthy. And Elon
mean,
is just
It's Joe
eating it
Rogan,
up.
Elon Musk. Cringeworthy
Well-
is normal.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so mad at Elon Musk because his ethics and morals are out the window that I stopped listening to his fiance Grimes. That's how much I don't like him.
Based on
Oh, wow.
tweets,
I
there
like
might be a
Grimes.
couple anymore.
Love Grimes' mum has been shitting on Elon Musk on Twitter, which I find hilarious.
I've never listened
Hold
to
on.
Grimes, but I've heard a
Carrie
time.
I have no idea
Is it
who this
Kellyanne
person
Connolly?
is.
Kellyanne Conway, something like that. Her 15-year-old daughter, because she's that spokeswoman for Trump.
Yes,
Mm.
yeah.
Her 15-year-old daughter is trolling her on Twitter over everything to
Yes.
do with.
Oh,
That's
I've
funny.
seen some of that, and it's brilliant.
Oh, I think it's so weird about her husband and how much
Yeah, he
he's
trolls
always.
her.
Yeah, he is constantly ragging on Trump, and how does that marriage work?
Yeah, that's weird as hell. I reckon they have a lot of hate sex. That's what I think
It's
happens.
the
A lot of hate fucking. That's
Oh,
opposites attract.
I don't
Yeah,
feel
it could
sorry
be
for
that.
Melania at all.
well,
It's her
that was
choice.
a financial transaction. She and yeah, you want to make a financial transaction like that? You do. Yeah. Yes, I'm not going to have. Well, actually, no, I am. I only have to think of Trump, and I'm going. I don't care. Even if she's like a serial killer, that would still be. That's a bad thing to wish on a serial killer. Trump.
So I printed out a you know the old face in head in a jar prank.
Yeah, I've got
Yes.
to go soon because
Yeah.
my battery's
Yeah.
low.
I've
All right.
got a
Bye bye.
Donald Trump's
All right,
head. Oh,
au
bye.
revoir.
Bye.
Peace and
Bye.
love. Peace
Bye.
and love. See
Au
ya.
revoir.
Hey.
I have Donald Trump's head in my freezer. Basically,
Good.
I printed out Donald Trump's head, put it in a jar, and it's in my freezer, and it's so great. Every
Excellent.
time I open the freezer, I see
need to
Donald
look into
Trump's head.
Send me a photo. I want to see that.
I'll go get it now. Actually,
Oh yes, go get Donald Trump's
Yeah.
head in the jar. Okay, excellent. I wasn't expecting this tonight, but I'm here for it.
I have a bottle of craft beer that has Donald Trump's head caricatured on top of Godzilla's destroying a city. That's
Jesus.
yeah, I bought that one just because of the label.
Yep, no, that's good. I think there was a gin. Yes, there is a distiller called Empirical that has a habanero spirit called, and the name of the drink is
it's
Fuck-
frosted
Fuck
over.
Trump and
'cause,
his stupid fucking wall.
can't
Is it
really.
any
Oh,
good?
there we go.
Oh, there he
Yeah, I
is.
can see him.
Oh wow. That
Yeah.
I
That's
have
an interesting
those ducks.
headhunting with the ducks. Yeah.
I have them on
it's
plates.
the
Mum's had
it's
them
the
for
only
years.
jar I had, of course, because I have ducks everywhere in my apartment. Of course, I have a jar with ducks on it.
Wonderful.
So yeah, that's my Donald Trump head in a jar that I
Nice.
keep in the freezer.
Well, it's the thing.
Now you just need to make a meaty skeleton to go with it.
Yeah, it's kind of. Remember, what's her name? The comedian who did the prank with the
Oh,
Donald Trump
yeah.
head.
I was thinking about her when you said that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't remember her name.
Kathy Griffin.
yeah.
Kathy Griffin. Okay, yep.
Yeah, she used a stage prop type thing of a Donald Trump severed head. But yeah, it's probably not that worth it. But I like that a product exists, an alcoholic beverage that's just called "Fuck Trump and his stupid fucking wall." So
I am here for that
Is it-
beverage.
Is it meant to, do you know if it's meant to be a good gin?
it's not actually a gin. I thought it was a gin,
Sorry.
and I looked it up. And yeah, they call it a habanero spirit, which is
Right.
spicy. And so it's from a grain spirit base, and they've flavored it with habaneros. So
Ooh.
it's a spicy number called "Fuck Trump and his stupid fucking wall." So
Very appropriate.
Very spicy.
very spicy, yes. Spicy little
Do they-
number.
Do they give a Scoville scale measurement?
Oh,
on
they
it?
say it's not extreme. Actually, they just say it's zesty, but it won't sort of make your eyes water. So they're actually saying it's not that devastating heat wise. So
Yeah, right.
but yeah, so I
So,
think it's rather.
Have I missed the AIDSy update?
I have not heard from him. So I heard from him a couple of days ago. He wanted to come on, and but then he messaged me and said, no, he's actually having trouble staying awake. And then I haven't heard from him. So I have to try and remember to call him yesterday. I've just had a couple of real days at work the last couple of days. So I've forgotten to call him. But also, I kind of prefer it if he calls me, because I worry that because he has so much trouble sleeping, I'll call it just the first time he's slept in 3 days and wake him up.
Oh dear, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really iffy about actually calling him. I keep telling him, and I tell him that reason. I don't like to call you because I'm worried the moment I choose to call turns out to be the first time you've been asleep in 3 days, and I ruin that.
Yeah.
So but then with one thing and another, he will forget to call me for a while. And I keep telling him when he forgets to call me for a couple of days, go, I think you're dead when you don't call me, right? So,
I'm sure if he died, he'd call you and tell you.
he would. He would absolutely. He would be the conclusive proof of whether or not ghosts exist, because he dies. He's going to do anything possible to tell me about it. So, And not to haunt me, just to sort of show up and go, "Oh, you won't fucking believe it." Oh, dead.
I died.
Bullshit. The doctor.
I can so see him turning up on the live stream. Woo, hey guys, you won't believe this.
Oh no, I think Charlie'd been there a little while, and I put her on, and she disappeared because I put her on.
Abigail.
Yeah, Charlie's back. There we go.
Charlie.
Hello.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
I heard my
Abigail?
name.
Yep.
Yes.
I was calling you. Are you sure it was Hutton Orbital
Hutton Orbital, yes.
in the Alpha Centauri system?
In the Alpha Centauri system.
You could have warned me it didn't have any large landing pads. One ship,
Oh yeah.
Type 9 transporter.
Were you on your way there?
I'm about to enter orbit.
See, that's the joke. It's a classic joke. No, they don't have a free anaconda there, and they don't have large landing pads.
Oh, Abigail told you. Oh no.
What's this in?
Oh.
Yes.
That's okay. I haven't been there yet, so now I've been there.
Well, you can't even dock. I'm so sorry, but
Is-
I'm not really sorry.
No,
no,
you're not. And I'm
okay.
going to do that
You
to a
take
friend,
some
don't worry.
screenshots. Like it's a badge of honor. Going. It's the furthest. It's the furthest star system. It's the furthest star base from any entry point into the system. Hang on. So
I'm going to trick one of
have
my
we
friends
been
with
on
this
stream
now.
for? Have we been on stream for an hour and a half? Because that's how long it usually takes to get there.
Nope. I was in the ray system. I was pretty close.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Sure.
What game?
Actually, I
is-
wasn't even in that system.
So
but yeah.
it literally takes about an hour and a half of real time to get to this space station. The game is
Oh.
Elite Dangerous.
Oh, right, yep.
Right.
Yep. They model the galaxy on a 1-to-1 scale.
We'd started
course it's-
bashing Elon Musk again when I was
Is this the one that keeps getting money, ridiculous
transport.
money?
in transit.
No, that's Star
Citizen.
Citizen,
Right,
which is not even playable.
I was just dropping out of hyperspace when you were talking about the that ship that SpaceX tested.
Oh,
the
yeah,
week-
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Grain Solo, yeah.
yeah.
The-
So when I commented
star-
on
the
crashing into the
Starship.
moon, I was facing a sun.
Have you played in VR yet?
No, I don't have a VR setup.
It's so good. It's
I
really
bet.
good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what's your-
you shit your
what
pants every
controls?
time you exit hyperspace and a sun
bet.
just appears right in front of you. Yeah.
What do you use a controller stick?
I have a HOTUS. I have the
Lucky you.
X52 Pro.
Wow.
HOTUS. So the
This is
joystick
mine.
and throttle control. Oh yeah, I've got yeah, let's see if I can get it. I got 2 PS4 controllers.
Oh yeah.
I use one for the little buggy, the SRV. I use the HOTUS for the ship, so I got throttle and joystick. I have voice attack for when I'm in VR, so I can issue voice commands, and it's very immersive. And I made my own controller button box to control the
yeah.
ship.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
wow.
With lots of
Oh, wow,
like
that is cool.
buttons and switches and little
Nice.
dials and buttons and that's
love
just an Arduino. It's a really simple Arduino project that you can do.
Oh,
Cool.
cool.
Yes,
I'm gonna
it
tell my
looks
friends.
very simple.
Yeah.
I need a little bit of help. I got myself a Samsung Galaxy S10 to use their VR thing, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
having trouble finding their VR headset that has what is it, USB-C instead of just
Oh,
micro.
okay. Or HDMI. I wouldn't know. I use the Oculus Rift S, and that's
Yep.
HDMI. So
Yeah, I heard this is like the cheapest and best way to try VR because I can't
Yeah.
afford a big old headset.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anywho.
Apparently, the Rift, the Quest, the Oculus Quest doesn't even need a PC. It just works on itself. Has an ARM processor in it.
Oh, cool. I didn't know
Yeah, I
that.
know.
I-
I wouldn't know. So with Android-based VR setups, so my son has one, but he can't use it because where it actually clips onto the phone is the power button and the screen turn off button. So he can't even use it. Yeah, so
Oh,
you have to watch out for that.
Yeah.
If it has buttons on the side, yeah, the mounting mechanism might actually turn it off.
Oh dear. It does have the power button and volume buttons on the side.
He has the same model phone as you, the A10.
I
Did
got
you
the-
say S10?
Yeah, S10.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he actually has no, it's the A20, I think. They're all they're all the Samsung.
I think
they're all
it's
similar.
that's a bit bigger or something.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I don't know too much. Anyway,
Fair
I really
enough.
like the phone though, even if I can't get it to do the VR stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, phone's a phone. They're all decent.
pretty much.
Phone's a phone. I don't have one. That's because I
You
can't.
don't have a phone?
That's because I don't need one. I rarely leave the house.
all
I
right.
don't need one.
Anyway,
And when I do, I'm generally with my
Yes.
partner, and she has a phone.
Oh, I just got a news alert just before. Apparently, more than 2,000 unaccompanied children have been expelled from the US since March under an emergency virus declaration by the Trump administration.
Not surprised.
Under emergency virus declaration?
Yeah.
Of course, he's done that.
Well, yeah. What news outlets reporting that? That's great.
AP News.
Geez, that's fantastic, isn't it? That's
There's
just-
a joke I could make, but I just don't have the energy to make it.
I'm just gonna just remind people I have Trump's head in the car. So
Okay, I'm going to make that joke now. Hey, Abigail, have you found Trump's cousin?
no.
He's that tall and went that way.
Oh.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I know, classic.
so
Trump joke.
you've seen Kyle.
Oh, yeah. That's an old one. Have you seen Kyle?
That was that joke gets variations of that one. There was a not very widely seen British animation called Bromwell High, which I found hilarious. There's not many episodes of it, I don't think, but there's this absolutely awful history teacher at the school that Graham Garden from the Goodies voices.
Yes,
And
I remember now.
he's terrible. He's too high.
Is that on SBS?
Yeah, I think that's where I saw it. Yeah.
Mm.
He's too
I might
high
have seen
points.
bits of
One
it.
when he had some plot to get money, and it was kidnapping people for ransom money. And at the end of the show, as he's being arrested and led off by the cops, and he's going, "Kidnapping and extortion are illegal now. This is political correctness gone mad." And his other high point was a joke in his history class where he's trying to make history come alive and goes, "Well, children, do you know how tall Hitler was and where he lived?" He goes, "He was this tall and he lived over there." It's like, and the kid's just going, "What?" Oh, and I just remembered a fun thing when we were talking about bugs. If like on your phone, if you search for certain insects, there's a whole bunch of things. There's this augmented reality search Google does, and when you search for certain things, you'll see a thing that says "View in 3D," and you select that, and you point your phone at an open space, and it'll put an augmented reality 3D of the thing that you've searched on, and it's really cool. Like you can walk around it and get it from all the angles and get close to it. It's silly but fun. Oh wait, Lee came back.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought, well, maybe he plugged his phone in. Hello, Lee.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
Back.
Yeah,
But yes,
I had to put my
mentioned it on-
iPhone SE on charge.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Now, you guys have two options of hearing me swear trying to do some stuff. Option one, set up all my audio stuff that I got. Option two, get my e-cig going again.
Do
Going
both.
between audio and e-cig. Yeah.
I'm going to have to
Dun,
go,
dun,
guys.
dun.
Okay, now let's
Bye.
go.
But I will
Bye-bye.
see you tomorrow night for
Yes.
Friday.
Have a good one.
Friday night, Friday. Yeah.
Friday.
Okay, see you on Friday.
It's always Friday in my house.
That's okay. It can be Friday as well. So
Wonderful.
And it's Thursday at the moment.
I guess that's true too. Yeah, that would be every day. Yes.
There's actually a queer night down the road from me in on Smith Street called
Not
Thursday.
for much longer.
Well, it hasn't been on for a while now. But
Yeah.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
not
Oh, yeah.
allowed on Smith Street now.
yeah.
Remember that show on the
It's
Comedy
depressing.
Channel called Open Slather?
Yes, vaguely.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah,
know
show
that
one.
Ben Gerard guy.
Yeah, there's. I don't know. Sketch comedy shows normally just get really cringy really quickly. I think.
Yeah, they were only funny, like, not even the first time with Open Slather.
Yeah.
I've got a soft spot for fast forward and full frontal.
Me
Oh, that's-
too.
the classics from the 90s.
I
Yeah.
love them.
The
I recently started doing. You remember the Degeneration?
yes.
Yeah. And then they did another show after that. Abigail, thank you so much. I appreciate that comment.
Are you seeing the Twitch?
I'm seeing the Twitch chat here on the private chat in StreamYard. So
Okay, cool. Okay, I didn't know you saw
Yeah.
that.
anyway, so the Degeneration did the Late Show on the ABC.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it being like the late 80s, early 90s, some of their jokes they just did not age well.
No.
Up to and including when they did blackface.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was
I'm
kind of
sure there's-
a bit of a shock to
Yeah,
see
sure there's a
nowadays.
bit of stuff that wouldn't be PC anymore back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, of course.
That's an unavoidable thing with comedy because at
Yeah.
the time, they were the progressive sort of
Yeah.
thing. Things change. Like I said, we rightly point out, Jesus, that person was kind of fucked up, weren't they? But you look, no, at the time they were doing that, like treating black people as human was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and there was
Yeah, it's
that,
still beyond me
um,
why you would treat someone as less than human just because of their skin color.
Yep.
because you get
so like the Goodies
yes,
when they did that the South Africa episode.
yes,
Oh,
like-
yeah.
Because their whole point was like they were against apartheid, but
Yep.
yeah. They
when
make
you
it like stereotype.
but if you watch the episode not without any context and just see the blackface clips, it's a bit but yeah.
Yeah. Even like I don't know if you I fell down like a YouTube rabbit hole one night because I wanted to watch Don Rickles insulting people, and you get all these old roasts from the 50s and 60s and 70s on YouTube. We find out Don Rickles just did the same jokes every time, but anyway.
Yeah.
But
But now that you can binge watch things.
yeah, Yeah, and because these things would only be on once a year at the time.
Mm.
So you get away. But you'll see a lot of the time, and it's very unusual for the time for primetime entertainment, the number of black entertainers they have either on the panel or in the audience and stuff. And you could tell from what I know, people like Frank Sinatra and Don Rickles and stuff, they were the ones who actually said, no, I work with these guys in Vegas. They're going, and the TV people were doing, I'm not really comfortable with black people being on the TV. And they're going, no, these people. But then you see the jokes they make, and they're getting up in the face of the black entertainers there, and you're going like, dude, that's really full on what you're doing there. But actually just bringing them and having them be part of the show was absolutely groundbreaking. But then you see them saying all these, because especially Don Rickles' whole thing was stereotypes. He was an angry Jewish guy, and he'd rip on the Italians who were there, and then he'd rip on the black guys, and you go, oh, holy shit, dude, what are you doing? But it's like, for the time, it was incredibly progressive.
Wow, yeah.
Although I did see one, he was going with one guy, and it was a big dude. I don't even know. It's one of the musicians, and Don Rickles is ripping on him. And normally the black entertainers, they're laughing and going, and this guy's just standing there going, yeah. And I'm going, Don, I don't think he thinks it's funny. I think he's going to kill you, Don. Stop, Don. He's getting angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't make fun of anyone because it's not really that fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wilford
I just want to say hello to Gecko, who's joining us from a Waffle House enjoying breakfast after his driving shift. Oh, you got a bonus. That's nice. $41 bonus on a $21 ride. They must have liked you. That's cool. But, yes, and we don't have Wilford Brimley. We were lamenting Wilford Brimley last night. Was it the diabetes that got him? Maybe.
Did he die?
Yeah, just this week.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Was it the
Not of corona.
Was it the diabetes?
Yeah. Well, he's old enough. It could have been anything. I think like the report was his body just packed it in because he was really, really old.
He
Could have been.
Why do you just quit on him?
Yeah.
He exists in time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he will always be with us from all the things he's done over the last 4 decades.
Yes.
But I feel like a few quite known of the older stars. Well, probably the biggest one was Olivia de Havilland. She was like 104 or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was only like 2 weeks ago. I feel like we're getting an old celebrity dying every other week at the moment.
There's been a lot.
Reeling from what's that? The Republican politician
Herman Cain. That was so
Herman Cain. Chuck. Yeah. What was it? The Chucky Ducky. He died of COVID.
Shucky Ducky.
Shucky Ducky. That's the one.
Yeah.
He just up and died.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
holy
he
shit.
held a rally and said, "No masks, we're free people." 2 weeks later, they announced he was in hospital. 2 weeks later, he was dead.
Oh, dear.
But it's just the flu.
Yeah. He's definitely the highest profile person to have died. Not necessarily the highest profile person to have caught it, but he's definitely the highest profile person to have died. And you keep getting those ironic stories out of America, Trump supporters who said it's not real and don't wear masks, and then they get corona and die.
Oh, my favorite I hear some of them say is it's a hoax to get Trump not be reelected. And it's like, you mean every country in the world has been on this?
Yeah.
To ruin one country?
To be fair,
Well, that's how Americans think.
Yeah,
They
they
come
think
with
they're the
it.
center of
That's
the world.
American
center of the
exceptionalism is
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm all too used to the Americans making those comments about my distant cousin JFK. It was the Freemasons. It was the mafia. I'm like, you know what, guys? Just let it be. He got assassinated. and I wasn't born during that time. I wasn't alive in that time, so I
JFK
honestly
was in
don't.
the
And
60s,
like
wasn't he?
the Freemasons are not that mysterious. They're
They're
just a bunch of old guys. Like
Yeah,
it's
They're-
really not
Oh,
that.
man.
They're just getting away from their wives and getting drunk. That's what the Freemasons.
pretty much.
Yeah, they just
They
just
were
wanna go-
relevant in
go to their
like
club
the
with
12th
their
century.
friends. And, yeah,
Okay.
Mm.
And there
Yeah,
were
Yeah, I've got family members that are
have their
Freemasons.
special little
Like,
rings and their handshakes.
the handshake. Yes, they do have the handshake. Yes.
I know
There
the
was a period
handshake.
in the mid 20th
Yeah, because
century.
I know I know a guy who's a Mason, and
Amazing. Yeah.
he's a perfectly normal person.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Period like mid
And he-
20th century, they were pretty influential, and you could get a good job if you were a Mason and you had connections. But as,
Oh, and you got Diners Club card as well. You used to get when you were a Freemason.
that's the original credit card. Yeah.
Yeah, and John Safran actually did a segment on Freemasons exposed.
That was funny because that's the thing when he kept trying to get the guy to tell him something juicy, and the guy's going, "There's nothing juicy," and he met someone, and just slightly off camera, they did the handshake, and you didn't really see it. And John Safran goes, "You did it! You did the handshake!"
Yeah.
You did the handshake.
But yes,
Oh man.
it's a weird conspiracy. But there you
No,
go.
Homer Simpson wasn't a Freemason. He was a stone cutter.
Yeah, well, that's
The
literally what the
stonecutters.
Masons were, the stonecutters. Yeah,
I
The
thought that was just The Simpsons.
Masons
Yeah,
were
that's what we're saying.
stonecutters. Yeah, and
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
what Simpsons did that joke.
Sarfa says. Homer
They got a lot
Simpson-
of their
No,
influence early
Homer
on
Simpson
because
was
they
a
were
stone cutter,
Hmm.
and he
they
was
were
the
the
chosen
only
one.
attached the Rock of Triumph.
Yeah.
So the Freemasons, they knew how to build archways, and that's like
Yes. Yes.
that was their claim to fame, and
Yeah.
they've
Ooh,
lorded
oh,
it
yeah.
over people ever since.
Yeah.
And then
the
you got that
Masons were builders.
segment. Then you got that segment that John Safran did, like going, "Sure, there are people smart enough to understand the Big Bang Theory and all that stuff, but let's face it, you're not one of them. Why? Because you're a humanities student with an arts degree.
I
Sure, you've got a
remember
copy of Stephen Hawking's Brief History of Time, but if you waddle over to your bookshelf, it's exactly where you left it 9 years ago on page 3. So you're too stupid to be to be an atheist. Till next
Be
time,
an
go to
atheist.
hell." And I'm like, dude, why are you saying
You
that?
are.
But I found out that he ends his voice in a high pitch when he's making fun of
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember being on the
I
internet.
remember that, and I was like, as an atheist, you got me there.
Yeah. He was also good at pointing out that lefties mocked Americans for not knowing anything about the world, and then you have like a map of Africa. All right, point to the Democratic Republic of Congo on this map for me.
Okay, I
Congo,
agree with
that's
the
a
other
different
people didn't
country.
do that.
But yeah, I remember talking about the Simpsons and the Stonecutters episode in the 90s being on Usenet news groups.
News groups. Yep.
And there was one
Oh,
for the
those were the days.
And after the Stonecutters episode came out, which was a very popular one when it first came out, there was a lot of chat on the message boards about that. And someone who replied, that they were a Mason, and he's going, "Oh, that's just that silly stuff. That just says stuff about, and Masons don't do that stuff. We don't know." And I just replied like, "Okay, 3 points. They're called Stonecutters, not Masons. So what are you talking about? Second, it's The Simpsons. It was a fucking joke. What's wrong with you? Third, you saying you're not secretly controlling the world? That is exactly what someone who's controlling the world would say."
Yeah.
Oh, so Angry was the original troll. Got it.
Yes.
Your trolling before it was cool.
All.man.simpsons.
See, I
They're
was
just
on all
old
the
dudes
D&D news
having
groups at the
fun.
time.
Sorry,
I was
Charlie.
on
What were you saying?
Neopets.
What were you saying, Charlie?
Oh, the Freemasons. They're just old dudes having fun.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
society. It's a fraternal order. That's what they like to say. It's a fraternal order.
One of my favorite Simpsons jokes was when Mr. Burns goes like all crazy in his casino,
Yes.
and it zooms into Smithers' eyes, and there's little bacteria, and they just go,
Oh,
"Freemasons rule the world." Oh, beautiful.
Or when
Love it.
Maggie's scanned in the register, it says NRA forever.
Yes,
That
yes,
was-
the
yes.
outtakes
was a
episode,
joke.
yeah.
That was a joke for that one episode. It's actually the cost of raising a child in the 1980s.
There you go. That was after when Mr. Burns does the Howard Hughes in his casino. I basically
Howard
knew
Hughes
Howard
house.
was crazy, but yeah, I actually only recently finally watched the Scorsese film The Aviator, where young Leo DiCaprio plays Howard Hughes, and yeah, he went crazy. He was probably bipolar. He probably
Yeah.
had a whole truckload of mental health issues that he was carrying. He was paranoid. He was obsessive. He was like hyper smart, like incredibly smart. Would get focused on micro details, and then would hear voices, and then would lock himself in a room for 6 months because he thought people were trying to kill him. And he was a clean freak.
Collecting
But-
his own piss.
Yeah, he would collect his own
Like-
shit and not cut his hair or nails for 6 months, and so he was a bunch of contradictions.
A combination of
Yeah.
mental illnesses
Yeah.
and
There was a whole bunch going on with Howard.
Not cutting hair for 6 months. That sounds like all of us right now.
Yeah, but he also didn't brush or wash it for 6 months either.
Okay, I have definitely washed my hair recently.
I was just bemoaning that last night. I was going, I'm not going to be able to get a haircut for 2 months. I don't like longer hair. Going to have to change because I won't be able to do this because it'll just fall over under its own weight.
Get
God.
your own set of clippers and do it yourself. Get some scissors. Get a knife.
yep.
That can be
Oh,
your new
it's
skill
so
for
funny
lockdown.
watching, the late night show hosts in America, and they're showing off how long their hair is and how much it's grown.
Yeah, because they normally get it cut every week, so they look exactly the same on every show.
Yep.
All right, guys,
Speaking
I've got
of
uni
you,
tomorrow, so I better go to bed.
Yeah, I don't have mine till
Okay.
3, so
Good night.
I'm good.
All right.
Bye.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Switching.
Charlie, speaking of hair, you've clearly done yours.
Your
Hair. Have you done your hair?
Oh, it's in a different position tonight.
But I mean, the color seems different.
It's
No,
yeah,
same
because
as the other night.
yeah, so usually I have the middle black part like all like pulled right up.
Yeah. Okay.
But right now it's like quite low down, and so it looks like there's more black.
That's maybe.
But it's just because it's lower down.
Oh, no, Kirsten's complaining she has an 8 a.m. meeting. That's rude. Yeah,
Oh.
I've got
I'd be
a 9
complaining
a.m.
too.
meeting.
I've got
Yeah.
a 10 o'clock class that I'm teaching
Oh, cool.
Okay,
What
10 o'clock
class?
on Zoom. So I'm teaching crochet,
nice.
volunteering at the local learning network,
Oh, that's
Fitzroy
cool.
Learning Network. Yeah, it is. I'm teaching crochet.
Cool.
Yeah, I've
There you
got
go.
class at 3 o'clock till 6
Okay.
AM or PM?
p.m.
3 to 6 a.m. That would be rough. That would be rough.
Yike.
Yeah, no, that is a class I would never do.
Yeah, that's right.
I love touching
The
people.
only way I'm doing a class at 3 a.m. is being awake the whole night.
Yeah, pretty
You
much.
have to.
Yeah.
There's the crossover of people who've been up all night and people who are just waking up, crossing paths.
Yeah.
That's the scary time. Okay, Annette cut her own hair on Saturday night on the live stream. I do remember talking Annette into cutting her fringe on the live stream. Yes. Kirsten says she did her own hair as well. I would look, if Mrs. Angry wouldn't disown me, I probably would get a set of clippers. But then you'd see my huge, weirdly shaped head, so I don't really want to do that.
Angry, we've seen your head all the time. We're fine with it.
No,
I'm in Queensland. I think I'm
what
getting my hair
underneath
cut on the
there.
weekend.
There's a really weirdly shaped head under here. But,
I've seen you in real life. Your hair doesn't hide it in real life as much.
no, it's lower resolution on the
Unfortunately.
webcam is what I'm saying. So yeah.
Low resolution is a blessing.
Yeah. I remember one guy was doing my hair years ago, and he's going, we're going to experiment and do a flat top. And he misjudged the angle because he didn't know the shape of the head, and actually sort of got to my head. And he's going, oh. So I had this bump of my head that had gone right.
So he gave you a bald spot.
no.
Yeah. It was like a monk cut, basically. But
Okay, so on the topic of the title, Hiroshima Day.
Yes.
Something I'm sure all probably know this, but interesting fact about those bombings.
Yes.
There was a guy who lived in Hiroshima and worked in Nagasaki. He survived both of them.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I read about him.
What are the odds?
That one guy are the odds.
Very lucky
Yeah,
man.
yeah. One in however many million people that is. Yeah.
Literally one in however many people that was.
I named it after the stream, and that was the first time we've mentioned it. Yes, today is Hiroshima Day, so 1945, so that's 75 years ago. Is that right?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Years ago.
I think one of my grandparents is about that old.
Yeah. I remember watching the
My
Japanese...
grandparents are all dead.
Cool. We're going to have a competition. I'm Batman. Both my parents are dead.
All of mine are alive.
Every Mother's Day and Father's Day on Facebook, my brother posts the meme of Batman slapping Robin saying, both my parents are dead! People are posting Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day, and he posts Batman going, my parents are dead! It's his sense of humor. It's always been like that. But Gecko, it is too late. I'm going to go to bed. But talking about Hiroshima, I always remember watching the anime Barefoot Gen with my kids because they were into all the anime, and that's one of the two depressing as hell Hiroshima animes. The other one's Grave of the Fire.
No.
They're both depressing as hell. And so, like, when we're watching Barefoot Gen, which is taking the Japanese side and showing the extended hardship the Japanese people faced, and the kid's like, is this real? And I went, okay, yes. What they're not telling you is what the Japanese Imperial Army was doing in the decades preceding this, okay? These people were civilians, and absolutely horrible things happened to civilians, no question whatsoever. But this movie has not mentioned the Japanese at all.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because it was
that's the hell of a detail to leave out.
Yeah. You want to talk about all the people in China and all through the Pacific Islands and the Allied forces who were taken prisoner, things like the Bataan March and the Changi and other prison camps where they broke all the rules of law, just torturing and starving the prisoners to death.
Sex slaves.
Yes, the comfort women. So it wasn't the fault of the civilians, but this didn't happen in a vacuum. That's what I was telling them.
All of that was fucked up, but Grave of the Fireflies, the guy who wrote that was really just pulling from his personal experiences as a Japanese civilian at the time. So
and it's real. It was a horrible thing for civilians to go through. Absolutely.
War is heck,
It is.
Have you seen?
evil on both
read
sides.
the comic book Mouse?
Yes.
Mouse.
Spiegelman's story, his father's stories about World War II. Yes. About Auschwitz.
The photos in it were really hard hitting.
Yeah. Yeah. Comics can be really powerful things, and cartoons and animation can be very powerful things. Yes. Anyway, that's God cheery. I love finishing stream on a really cheery note.
Oh, yes.
Hey, kids, are you feeling too happy? Go and watch Grave of the Fireflies and or Barefoot Gen. Okay? Then you will
Okay,
not be happy
I'll bring-
anymore.
Can I just
Bring
Sorry,
the
Charlie, yes.
stream back up.
can I
Alcohol.
use on this one line from MASH?
Yes.
When I think it was
The
it was
bar
Hawkeye.
is hell.
Hawkeye talking to Father Mulcahy, saying one of them said that war
says war is hell.
war is hell. Hawkeye said no, war isn't hell. War is worse than hell because only bad people go to hell, but in war, good people as well get fucked up.
Yep. That's why whenever you have the war memorials, I'm always like, remember, okay, yes, soldiers sacrificed and went through horrible things. Don't forget the non-combatants, the medical corps, the civilians, the refugees, everyone who got fucked up by what happened. Remembering everyone doesn't reduce remembering things. Like saying remember everyone doesn't say remember the veterans less. No, I'm not saying remember the veterans less who went through horrible hardship. But remember it's everyone in that. My God. Okay, yep, we're still finishing on such a cheery up note. Yeah. Okay.
Yay! Live long and prosper, everyone.
I'm just going to get super drunk with you and say much sillier things. So, good night, everybody. See you next.